Welcome back. Module 4 AstroFinance method. In this class, we are going to focus on the ascendants and the slide moves that are so tricky to predict. Markets sometimes are going sideways, and not everything is zigzag or spiky moves. We will try to detect those timings and to understand what's happening in the aspects as we are looking on the legend of astrology, capturing the outer planets' interaction with the natal chart, and we will continue to measure the example of the S&P, and let's start working. Okay. So, I'm telling that this is related to the ascendant. So we can take here the position 2. We want to understand what will ever interact with the ascendant of the S&P composite index, which is in 2 degrees of Sagittarius. And we are going to put here 0.2, and now we're going to see the interaction with the AC, and here is it. We are checking the period 20 months from January 2020, and we are getting 5 aspects here that were happening in this period between January 23rd, February 17th, April 7th, December 29th, and 5. Okay, so we know already from the previous class that around February 17th, it was a moment that the market ready to crash. It was Jupiter, which is in fall position in Capricorn. We can also read here that Jupiter was in Capricorn if we don't have the chart. Jupiter in Capricorn, and the ascendant is always in 2 degrees of Sagittarius. Okay? So this semi-square that we are seeing, semi-square, was a provoker for a fall, as we know, challenge energy, challenge aspects with Jupiter that is in fall in the second house, doing a semi-square to the AC. This is something that we may learn for the future to see when something like this to happen. We also seeing that in April 7th, the North Node did a quincunx with the AC, with the ascendant, AC, AS. So the illusionary aspect, which is the North Node, that is something unknown. What happened in April? What happened in April? This was April. Market fell in March, the end of the astrological year. Here the sun moved to Aries, and this what happened. It was a reset of the end of the year. And here in April, 7th of April, we got here a start of a side move, and we understood that the equinox is giving us the quincunx is giving us a sort of a peak, or it's usually related to going higher, the quincunx, to all my investigation I've done so far. And then we're seeing Jupiter sextile the ascendant. Jupiter sextile the ascendant. We are seeing here that during from April to May, it was pretty much sideways. We are not finding here. We can go to dates and to see what happened more in this period of April, May. In April, we are seeing the North Node did quincunx with the AC. And this is started a period of a month to be here like the quincunx, like a roof. You see here a roof, and this is what we learned in 2 classes ago. And then we are seeing a day after a conjunction of Saturn squaring the Sun. Saturn creating breaks, and Saturn is in Aquarius doing a square to Sun in Scorpio. We can also find it on the chart, but we can be more effective reading it as a message. And we're also seeing that the North Node, another ingredient of what provoking the eclipses, did a sextile, a trine with the Sun, something to be positive in April. So we are combining those three and finding the end of it, another quincunx in April, Neptune, another illusion fake ingredient, quincunxing the Neptune. The Pisces that was in Pisces did a quincunx with the original Pisces planet of the S&P in 20 degrees of Leo. Okay? So what happened until April 28? It's created another fake, we are going up, but it's finally created this rally. So we can find it, we can read it like a block, and I'm telling you, this is challenging to create something like a general line, because imagine that now I will create a line, I will draw it like sort of a straight line, the 180 degrees, even that market can surround the line. And then from May, we are seeing only one aspect happened here, that this is an aspect that we didn't discuss. It's very mysterious to discover all those aspects. I'm not much learned to share here about the 135 degrees, as we are seeing here Chiron with Jupiter. But actually this aspect led us to the Saturn squaring the Sun, again to what happened in April, and also Jupiter square Saturn. So this is very, by reading this, June considered to be bearish, but what we got in June after the manipulation and the illusion, it was bearish indeed, June. But it's not bearish to drop us back to the second low of what we saw in March. This bottom, this bearishness that we are seeing, Jupiter falling, squaring Saturn, that is a very strong Saturn, because Saturn of the S&P is in Libra, and Saturn is exalted in Libra. And even that they are strong, Jupiter is very weak. The challenge aspect is weak, and with Saturn, and they are masculine and feminine planet together, so it's not doing much. And again, Saturn is very weak compared to the Sun, but the Sun is now less strong. The Sun falling to the underworld in Scorpio, and Saturn was in Aquarius, very strong. So in the end, I get impression from this one to go down, but it still was something to correct the phase that feels to us like mystical, like something here go out of the plan. Let's continue to focus on the horizontal lines, because in this pair that I took, I don't find it, and it's not always easy to find when we're looking back when it was. Yeah, here we can see it, the AC, like things going sideways. Okay, in August 19, but let's take from here even just to learn what happened from July 19 until September. 2 months. Let's put here 19, and we are going to July. And what we're getting here, of course, the AC is participating here in the game, and we are seeing that Saturn is doing a semi-square with the AC. Saturn was in Capricorn, a very strong Saturn, doing a semi-square challenge aspect with the AC that is in Sagittarius. And of course, what happened in July, this was 9th of July, so it still continue going sideways on the top. It's surprising. Saturn creating stability in many cases, and specifically the strong Saturn. And we were speaking about the AC, but this is a challenge AC. This is a tricky one. I would definitely, or would most probably, and I'm continuing to improve the ability to understand the subcontext of also what's happening in other measurements, and to start drawing it down, because what happened here in August is very much bearish to me. We are going to discuss about such aspects later on when we are seeing this place, Neptune opposition to the MC, and also the North Node doing the 135 degrees to the AC. But mostly that I'm seeing twice interaction with Neptune, very feminine, and specifically something like this, Chiron and Neptune, creating the thing that we saw here into August. And we saw that it was 3 lows in August that very much seems to be bearish month, and this is why I would start drawing the general line from here, even that a gap will be happening here, because the AC or the slide move can sometimes go a bit further to what we can consider now. Otherwise, we are going to use extra details, even like of the inner planets. Yeah, indeed, the AC is appearing here in August, what actually described a sort of a dynamic to move sideways. And overall, we can see here that something is coming back to this level in October. So when we are going to October, we don't see here any AC. So it's considered to be in another trend already, as we see to October 3rd. Nothing happened here. But yeah, what we saw here in November 22nd, November here it's something with the AC wasn't critical. Saturn did a semi-square with the Ascendant, and in the November 1st, Chiron did a trine with the Ascendant. What happened when Chiron did the trine with the Ascendant? November 1st, it was rally. Very strong rally. The end of 2019, that took into until December, that did a correction. So we see that always also the AC can take us very sharp low, and aspect with the AC, even positive aspect, can take us sharp up. It's very sort of mysterious to me, and is needed to be creative with the philosophy that you are telling the story when you are seeing the legend. And this I wanted to show you, and I will continue to combine it more as we will start to create the forecast complete draw, and I will share with you more of my doubts. But this is a challenge of drawing horizontal line in the market, but we can get some hints here with Saturn that can create a sort of integration of stability and the AC, and depends which AC, and depends what sort of aspect to the AC. Here it was Chiron in Aries doing a trine to the ace, to the ascendant, and it's brought a high prices. We are going to learn also pivot points and extreme points, how we are going to be more interested in the highest places and the lowest places, and what will happen in the middle will be less important as well. And I know that the sliding time of the market are very frustrating to a lot of people. We always want to understand where we are going. We're going to fall from here. We're going to go high from here. Yeah. But this is the moment of in between. It's like trying to explain the void. Yeah. Of a balance, and specifically when things are in fake balance. But it's a balance between sellers and buyers in a way. So this is it for this class. In the next chapter, we're going to start seeing combination of bullish indicators and how we can use it for our assumption of work. And it's going to be interesting as well. Until the next, continue to practice and always to look on different charts to scan it through time to start getting the touch, the music of it. I'll see you in the next class.